Welcome back to Dad's Foxbody Garage. It is a beautiful morning, first weekend of February here. Supposed to get up to a high of 44 degrees today. So got a little time, and I thought I'd see what's going on with Calypso here and put in some hours. So let me do a little update on what we're up to here. So in the trunk area, I kill matted and remounted the fuel cell right down to the spare tire well. I did originally have it on a frame, which didn't allow me to seal the sump from the fuel cell to the bottom of the car, so I had an air gap there. Not ideal. Now we're closed up, and as you can see, I also you can see that in the picture there, also built an insert here that could be removed if I pull the fuel cell out again. That's Bob protesting over there, but the boys are out with me, Bob and Shelby, enjoying the sunlight as well. So what we're going to do today is I'm kind of tired of the old car here not running. The only reason it doesn't run is because fuel system's disconnected. So got the compressor fired up, and I'm going to pop this wheel off, front wheel off, and start tacking my AN line with my new hangers, and try to get all the way to the back, and then I'll probably pick the video back up there, because being under the car, there's not a whole lot of room to maneuver or film, and you know, I can kind of update you or maybe get some pictures after that's done. But that's where we're at right now. I'm just going to try to get some stuff done while I got time and the weather's not horrible. So see you guys in a few. Alright guys, so got the fuel line all ran. Not as easy as you would think, especially you know, as you all know, we got, you know, an arm here that doesn't work right and is a bit sore, but I did manage to get it all hung. Let me spin this around and I'll take you through what we got going on. So oh, let me get that light. I know you can't see without that light. Good old Harbor Freight light here. No, that's not the one I want. Which one is it? There we go. So pulled the old line out from that I had coming through the tunnel, the 3/8 copper, and got the AN here that dips into this factory hole here, reappears there. Got it anchored a couple places, and goes under the car. Let's see if I can get this down here without killing myself. Oh, all right. So then just got it anchored to the well, the frame up front, and then the subframe here goes over the top of it and crosses over to the inside. And let's go take a look at the back. And then the back comes up and over through, and then ties into my regulator, fuel filter, and then the pump here. So a lot cleaner install. Again, I'm no professional here, but you know, it's much better than the first time. You can see there my old fuel line. Nothing wrong with it. It's just easier to flex the AN line where you want it to go. I still have to get a new gauge for the new sending unit, sorry. If you guys remember that episode when I was hooking this thing up to my new gauge, the one of the connections twisted inside the sending unit. It wasn't tight, or I tried to tighten it too hard and broke the solder joint. I tried to resolder it, but the resistance is different, so the gauge doesn't read correctly. So I do need to get another one of those, and I need to hook my vent back up. But wiring's hooked up. Everything should be good to go. I have to get some gas. I don't know, I just had a bug to just get it back and running again. It bugs me when the car is not able to run, you know, even if it's, you know, taken apart a little bit, you know, like a wheel's off, like right now or something, or even if I had the front end off, it wouldn't bother me as much, I don't think, as not being able to start it. You know, being able to start this thing and run it, it gives you that motivation to keep going, you know. I don't know, everybody's got probably their own thing, but that's one thing that bugs me, is not being able to hear it fire up, warm up. Even if I'm not driving it, I really, like I said, I like to tinker with it when it's running, you know, hear it run. Gives you that satisfaction, you know. So, sorry, not too exciting this time. Like I said, just crawling around under the car and buttoning that fuel line up. I'll get a couple gallons of 93 and just throw in there, but I did drain the race fuel out and gave it to my buddy Jason. You know, I had it sitting around a couple tanks, and you know, I don't know if that stuff goes bad or not, but I'd rather have him burn it up than it'd gum up my carburetor or fuel lines or whatever from me just sitting there doing nothing. So anyhow, I will probably pick this video up later in the week. Right now I got gas on my clothes and I gotta go run it through the washing machine, and I think I'm about done for the night. Gonna take some Tylenol and maybe put a little ice on my shoulder, but I will catch up with you in a few days. We'll probably fire this thing off, make sure everything's working, and then no leaks and all that stuff. So I'll see you then. Alright, so it is another day. It's been a couple days since I've worked on Calypso here. Rolling around under the car, putting that fuel line up didn't do wonders for my shoulder. I was just bound and determined to get this thing running again, so you know, I kind of threw caution to the wind there, but paid for it the last couple days with the lack of sleep and everything else. Anybody that's had their shoulder worked on, you know, as far as surgery goes, you'll know what I'm talking about. But not feeling too bad today, so figured I'd come out and fiddle around out here and, you know, do some easier stuff. So where we stand right now is the fuel system is put back together with the AN line, and in fact it's all hooked up back to the fuel cell in the back. I don't have the fuel level sending unit replaced yet, but as far as the plumbing goes, it's all hooked up. Before I put gas in it though, I decided to put on my spacer. If you guys remember, I bought that carb spacer, half-inch carb spacer at a swap meet, and I added a little orifice to the side so I can hook a line so I can run that to my brake booster, because if you guys remember when I got my ATM carb built, I forgot to let them know I had power brakes, so there's no orifice on the bottom of the carb for the brake booster. Yeah, I could have sent it back and had that changed, but my my fix here cost me 10 bucks at the swap meet, and drilling and tapping a hole in there maybe took me 20 minutes. So not a big deal. I figured I'd try this first. So just wanted to get this on before I start getting fuel back in the system, because like right now there's no fuel in the line. There's probably some still in the bowls, but I'm going to try to do this without spilling fuel everywhere. Get this under it with some new gaskets, and then I'll add some fuel to the fuel cell and see if I have any leaks in the back with the addition of the fuel filter and pressure regulator. If I don't have any leaks, I'm going to pressurize the system, check again, and if all goes well, Calypso is going to start up again tonight. So you know, I know people are probably wondering, you know, why do you care if you start it back up again or get it running again? You know, it's still winter, but I don't know, it just bugs me that I can't drive the car. Yeah, I get it, but not being able to start it, you know, you lose a little motivation there. When I can come out and fire it up and hear it run and put a couple revs into it, you know, it keeps me motivated, and not being able to do that, you know, it's kind of bugging me. So I want to get it back running again and get the fuel system all tied up, you know, so I'm not leaking gas and all that good stuff. So I'm going to get to work. I'm not going to show you what I'm doing because you probably can't see it anyways, but I'll show you once I get back into it, or once I complete it, I should say. And then we can go through and check for leaks and all that good stuff. But you know, lifting a carburetor up, putting this on, it's not all that exciting. I'll just show you the end result. Alright guys, so we got the carb spacer on. Spin it around here and show you. Got our spacer down here, line coming off. I just put a tap in the end to plug it in case I was going to start it, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. Tap is because I don't have any 3/8 line long enough to get over to the booster. So I got it hooked up and I went to pressurize the fuel system, and the fuel filter I had back there, which you saw me building, leaks like a sieve. So let me show you what I got here, and what I found, and what I think I need to find on Summit or something. So here's my filter. You know, that screws on from the bottom onto this bolt, right? And this bolt is sealed by a copper washer, very similar to when you're doing front brakes on your car and you replace the flex line. Same idea. First one I put on, started pressurizing, started leaking right away. So I'm like, well, let me replace that. Maybe I didn't have it on just right, because I did have a few of those things sitting around. Put the next one on, and same thing, just pouring out of it. So I pull the bolt out and I start looking at it, and I don't think this is the right bolt. I think the bolt that came with it, again, you know, I got this thing used, wasn't brand new. This is just a hardware, just a bolt from a hardware. If this were meant to seal, it would have a flange called a flange bolt, similar to what you find on front brakes. See how there's that flange on there? And if you spin it around, you'll see that there is a groove pattern in the back of this. Back in the shop, they would call it, I think it was called stereograph finish. kind of like a record player, you know, it would go around. So when you crush your copper washer into that, it would make a seal. So that's never going to seal the way it is. Surprisingly though, the back of the filter is just smooth where this bolt attaches to. So, you know, I don't know if that was the plan or somebody filed that down or what, but what I'm going to have to do is go online, see if I can find the actual correct bolt for it, and order that and a couple more crush washers. And if that doesn't do the job, I'm gonna have to get a new filter, because really need a filter in line, and I really like this setup the way it was. I'll just have to buy a new one. But kind of a pain. You know, probably my least favorite thing in the world to do is play around with gas. So luckily I only put, you know, quarter of a gallon or something in the tank or in the fuel cell to see if I could get pressure, build some pressure, but I had to drain that back out and then plug the fuel line again in the back, so I'm not leaking gas while I'm playing around with all this stuff. But it's kind of the way things go, you know, one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. No fault of anybody that, you know, I got the fuel filter from. They got it used too. I don't think they ever had it on the car. It's just the way things go, and you know, you have to accept that. I could probably fire it up and run the gas out of it that I got in the carburetors, but you know, it can wait till next time. You know, I'm not in that big of a rush. And besides, like I said, I don't have the vacuum lines to get everything hooked together just right. You know, like I said, I got plugged up. But I think that's going to do it for this video. You know, it's going to be a few days before I can get parts in, and like I said, I've been holding off putting a video up until I get something accomplished. But you know, I guess this is true life. This is the way things happen, you know. Working on these cars and not having speed shops around where you can just run up and get your parts you need. This is the way things are these days. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Like I said before, those subscriptions really help. And please check out my website. I'll put the address up here. I do have merch available, and this is again, this is the new sweatshirt, which I now have gas on my cuff that I'm going to have to wash. But it has the new logo, and I do have ball caps in if anyone's interested in those with the new logo on it. And please send me messages. Again, I'll put my my email address up here. I really like to see the messages, you know, see your rides, you know, send me photos, send me stories. That's what this stuff's all about, you know, sharing, being a part of the, you know, automotive sport and hot rodding. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.